Oh, shit. We're wasting no time. We're going straight there.
Baffled by the statement, police are still investigating a motive. President Hamilton is on his way to the Middle East this morning for his scheduled visit with Pakistani President Farouk Salam. The meeting is viewed as an attempt by the U.S. to strengthen relations amidst a surge of anti-American sentiment in the region.
Yo, me ninja brother!
George,
He made it.
good to see you up and about. How you feeling?
Never better, nah? No pain, no more star while them hunger space eat, and me never ever feel so awake, nah?
That's because your blood sugar levels are being maintained automatically. Beats the hell out of coffee.
Oh! Me been here you go while I got them scone in the base. Why the rasta you not take me with ya, huh?
Damn it, Doc. Sorry, kid. You'd just be in the way.
Aw,
Besides, I thought you didn't want to be a killer, right?
me don't, but...
Killing isn't fun and games. Remember that.
Right.
The ninja speaks wisdom, George. Do we have approval to be here?
That's all I needed to hear.
It yearns to bathe in the blood of your enemies, but you hold it back.
Yeah, just remember that.
That escalated quickly. Is it going to drop me into gameplay here?
What is this, Kenya? You cannot resign.
Sorry, Boris, it's done. Can't have a Maverick employee involved in a corporate raiding now, can we?
You could at least come talk to me.
No. It was time to break away from the old team, Boris. Past time.
You cannot take on Marshall all by yourself.
I won't sit by while they butcher little kids and ship their parts around like meat. It's sick.
It's not all so simple, Ryder. They import those brains legally. For medical purposes. It's all done.
Being legal doesn't make it right.
Ryder, I...
Hold that thought.
This is not how you win hearts and minds, Ryden. Hey, Wolf. Did he eject or is he still in there? He's still there. And I suspect he's very pissed off.
I will patrol ahead.
Military cyborg, you are not licensed to operate in this area. You're in violation of state and federal law.
Guess you better arrest me then.
183-104.7, threatening a peace officer. Deadly force is authorized.
That wasn't a threat. I suppose one bit of good news is, if we have resigned from Maverick, do we have less codec contacts? I say that as I'm trying to mash the hell out of Select and getting hit in the process. Doctor! And Wolf. That's basically all I've got.
I trust you do not mind my telling George about your arrival.
Could have done without that, Doc. He didn't need to know I was here.
Well, there was no reason to conceal that from him. My intention was not to impugn you. He has a right to know. It's not as if he can simply fly over there and meddle in your affairs.
It's throwing off my emotional balance, Doc. Things like that can negatively impact the mission, you know?
However do you mean? You did the right thing, did you not? There's nothing to be ashamed of. George has the best body we can give him right now. And the rest of the children are also safe. And quite content too, I should add. It was your quick decision-making that saved them, right? George's body will require regular maintenance, not to mention a replacement upon reaching adult age. But the expense is more than worth it.
You planning on signing him up with a PMC? Because that's the only job we're good for, as far as I can tell.
Oh, you are quite mistaken there. Just consider it. The power of a machine matched with the nimbleness and creativity of a human. The construction and public works possibilities alone are endless. I saw a news piece on German TV just the other day about a cyborg plumber, in fact. Let's not forget about elder care either. One needs great strength to bathe and care for the bedridden. But it's also very delicate work, if you follow. Not the sort of thing you'd leave to a machine.
Sounds great. So long as we don't start replacing the old folks' bodies too, just because they're old.
A valid concern, yes. I recall reading a comic like that
Also
once.
played many video games
An
touched with
old
this subject.
farmer created a cybernetic body to fight evil military scientists and so on.
Yeah. But can't George do anything besides physical labor, though?
Oh, he has every right to choose another path. If he opts not to take advantage of his body's physical strength, he's free to pursue academia instead. His body provides a completely ideal chemical environment for his brain, after all. I can certainly see how that would prove handy in the realm of higher education. The only problem would be how to cover the costs. The issue of student loan debt in the US is thorny enough already, even for normal students.
Relevance?
Yeah. All this stuff's not just George's problem, though. All the other brains I'm gonna rescue will have to deal with it, too. Giving them bodies won't be the end of their problems. It'll be the beginning.
Indeed. On a happier note, though, excellent work in bringing George's lower body back. Now he'll very likely be able to produce children in the future. Bravo!
So hang on, George wasn't a cyborg in that last shot, was he? I'm wondering if what Raiden did necessitated turning him into a cyborg, perhaps. Like when he made that slice, did he also slice George in half? That's probably what makes the most sense. I did notice during the intro of this chapter that it mentioned blood sugar, and it's like, yeah, okay, so maybe we've got him hooked up to some machinery or something like that, but no, he's a full-on cyborg by the sounds of it. I'm just hoping that Doctor didn't choose to turn him into a cyborg, quote-unquote, just because that would be awful.
I trust you're not still upset, Raiden.
About telling George about me? Look, let's just drop it, okay?
Gladly. I'm just glad I was able to assist you in operating the cryopreserver anyway.
I know, Doc.
Not that it's so difficult. With that pipe, you simply immerse the organs in the artificial plasma inside.
Yeah? I wouldn't think it was so easy to keep organs alive. How's it work, anyway?
Oh, it's quite simple, really. It uses chilled nanomachine-infused artificial plasma. That suppresses the metabolism and regulates the oxygen intake of whatever is stored inside. The nanomachines are fully
Take a shot.
self-pumping. Once hemoglobin is detected in the local environment, they release a flow of plasma into the organ where the body's original plasma is still present. When George's body was inserted into the storage cabin, artificial blood, chilled nearly to freezing point, automatically flowed in at the points of amputation. This dropped the internal temperature of the parts from 36 to 10 degrees centigrade. The result? The effective suppression of all metabolic activity. The plasma was also fine-tuned to keep the SpO2 level inside the organs at 90% or above. The synergetic effect of all this allowed the brain to reach the regenerative treatment facility quickly, before any cell tissue was damaged at least. A most effective device, I must say. A micro gas turbine engine enables it to operate completely autonomously as a standalone unit. Would have been tough to lug over to the hospital otherwise.
Truly state-of-the-art indeed. I suspect it cost as much as a well-stocked emergency ambulance.
At the risk of speaking inappropriately, this group certainly knows how to use its budget.
Guess I should be glad these guys have got so much money to throw around.
Yeah, this is all very fascinating. Can we talk about how these police officers want to kill me?
Wolf, I'll handle the police. You're on scout duty again.
Affirmative. Exercise caution. They may be private police, but their specs are military grade.
Private police, not state controlled.
I am setting goal markers on your Soliton radar. Use them to follow me through this area.
Good boy.
I will ignore the condescension and take that as a compliment. You are welcome.
The best boy, really.
Your only option is to fight.
Alright, let's do this. You can actually jump off these dudes. Oh, these range guys are tearing me up. Trophy for this, I know there is. Maybe not. I thought it was a trophy for taking out 3 at once. Never mind. Let's interrupt. Damn you. I'd like to say I feel like I'm getting the hang of this, but at the same time, I don't know. That's clearly Kojima's influence at work. Might as well do some DPS. Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, I guess getting S ranks is a case of either doing it very quickly
The
and
road
or
is blocked by barricades. We will proceed through the buildings. You will follow me.
getting no damage. So this is what the US looks like in 2020, whatever year it is, 2019 I assume.
Your earlier actions were reckless, Raiden. Not to mention the damage to a perfectly good car.
I knew the risks when I decided to go through with this. Besides, the car was mine. Maverick sold it to me. It's not meant for private use. It was made for ops like this.
Regardless, your approach has proven most antagonistic. You are now a criminal, a public enemy, a police-killing vigilante. Even if your actions reveal World Marshal's designs, you will be unable to avoid legal punishment.
Probably not. But that's a price I'll have to pay. I gotta stop that VR program and get those kids back. I sealed my fate the second I attacked George.
Yep.
But George is not dead. In fact, he has obtained an even more versatile body than his previous one.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about me. I was a child soldier in Liberia, like Miss Trawl said. I was a mentally deranged child. People feared me, called me Jack the Ripper.
A result of the so-called Sears program.
I thought I'd left it all in the past. But just like that, Jack came roaring back.
This is why you are so driven to terminate the VR training. I understand. I will continue to cooperate.
Copy that.
To be fair about the car, they did try to shoot me through the window first. That was unprovoked. Oh, another grad. 2 more! We've got some rules of nature to accompany it. Yeah, situational awareness here is typical. I don't know what the other one's doing. And I don't know if it's like Bayonetta, where if you've got the camera turned away, it reduces their odds of attacking, or what. Damn it. There you go. Didn't see that coming. Oh, didn't see that either. Saw that one though. Yeah, that's one down, hopefully. Dude. Definitely saw that coming, and I tried to ninja run out of the way, but it just wouldn't let me. Locked in a different animation. Ah, shit. Trying to keep the combo going. Are we good? We're good.
Raiden, I am heading to the building on the opposite side of the street. Follow me.
HQ, requesting the zone be designated for heightened security. Roger. Upgrading security status.
Alright, they're moving. Just wondering if there's any way I can ninja kill them. Oh, missed it. Just having some fun there. building up my combo a bit, but I didn't think I would actually lose that one. At least the corpses don't persist, otherwise you two will be very upset right now. Alright, we'll do it properly. Come here, you.
Nice work! We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your Soliton radar. You can engage if you wish. It is your choice.
I'm tracking again. Absolutely, because I need the practice. Alright, I'll check the codecs before I go back in there. Huh, so I can either go through there or up there. Okay. Something new or something we know?
Here comes more of them.
Give me the parry, please. And then I just delay it a moment and then I get fucked up like that. Oh, not good, not good. Okay, that'll do. I reckon I hit the parry correctly multiple times during that combo and it just wouldn't do it for me. Oops. There we go. I hit it, but he blocked it. Yeah, the sky high isn't that great, so I can do this instead and go up with it. That seems more efficient. Right, before we go inside here, anything I should know? That is a no. Yeah, it just brings me up here. I could have just gone over there. Whatever.
Raiden, what's your status?
They trashed my car. I'll have to go the rest of the way on foot.
Do you really have to do this?
Look, I'm fed up with all of it. Companies like ours, yours, bend the laws when it suits business. Why not bend it when it can save innocent lives?
Raiden.
Boris, listen to me. That VR training, they'll be warped into killing machines. They'll be set on POWs, civilians. It'll be one atrocity after another.
Like what you went through.
We can't have any more Jack the Rippers. You saw what happened with George. I'm doing this, Boris. I have to. I can't save those kids from becoming cyborgs, but I can stop them from becoming murderers.
Say you succeed. Say you get all the brains back. Then what?
Just so happens I know un great cybernetic surgeon.
Doctor. But he cannot.
You won't change my mind, Boris. This is my fight now.
And your wife and son? What of them?
They're in New Zealand. Safe.
For how
Rose
long?
would understand why I have to do this.
All right, damn you. You do realize Marshall has the contract for law enforcement throughout the city. They are the law in Denver.
Yeah, I might have murdered a few of them already.
We've met.
Well then. Officially, Maverick Incorporated condemns you and your actions as unlawful. And a pain in the asshole. Now, increase your codec encryption. Do not worry about the lag.
And unofficially?
I'll do all I can over the codec to help. I do not like what those mudaki are doing any more than you.
Spasiba, Tavarish. Spasiba.
Translator, please. Does that mean we have Boris back on the codec? Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not ungrateful, but... Oh, God. I thought we were over this. I thought we'd reduced it down to Doctor and Wolf, and that would have made things much more efficient for us. Ah, here we go again.
Boris, I want to check how raising the codec encryption level affects transmission.
Copy. Reading you 5, Raiden. You?
Loud and clear. I'm seeing a reduction in peak power when sending. We're on a broader direct sequence spread spectrum?
Da. Frequency hopping pattern changed to blue 1.
Copy.
Interference still appears below process gain, too. Hell of a system. Worth every dollar. What is your processing load?
I pinged HQ data storage with my tactical data line. The increase in latency is below 5%.
Хорошо. In that case, it will not affect mission. Our system is just one notch below toughest security available. Denver police cannot see we are even transmitting at all. All our communication is perfectly safe.
Copy that. Boris, you got anything for me?
Hmm? What do you mean?
What do I mean? Intel, advice, help. What we always do over the codec.
Well, yes, but in this case we had no official prep time. We have the map of Denver, but no briefing notes, no intel on enemy capabilities. I wish I could be of more help, but, well, I have nothing to work with. I'm sorry, Raiden.
That's all right. I know you're doing whatever you can.
But what about your robot dog friend? He's taking on scouting duty for you, yes? Why not try contacting him?
Boris.
Hmm?
What do I...
But why not?
He's at the bottom of the list, both figuratively and literally.
Jesus, Raiden, this is a little over the top. I mean, I've seen you pull some shit before, but this,
You should know me better than that by now, Kev.
I thought I did. Look, I know there's no legal way to stop World Marshal, but there has got to be an alternative to going on a rampage smack dab in the center of Denver.
No alternatives, Kev. I'm getting those kids out.
Raiden, that VR training, it's like what you did in Liberia?
Judging by what Sundowner said in Mexico, yeah. That scientist called it the Sears program.
After ex-President George Sears, aka Solidus Snake.
Yep. Ironic that kid shares his name. Solidus trained child soldiers in Liberia while working as a CIA paramilitary. It's not a happy memory. All the drugs, the non-stop violence, it destroyed my sense of judgment completely. I was made to kill soldiers, POWs, civilians.
Raiden.
The next thing I know, Jack's back. I thought it was all in the past, but there I am, attacking a child.
You had a good reason,
You
though.
didn't have any other choice. Other kids would have died.
That's not the problem. I lost my cool back there. All I could do was think how much I wanted that guy dead.
A lot of us would have done the same.
Even if it meant killing George.
He's not dead, though. Actually, he really digs his new body.
Either way, I'm shutting this program down. Maybe they've got it better than me. They don't actually have to kill anyone in reality.
Not yet.
But they're still going through the motions, having it pumped straight into their senses, just like real life.
All right. Just give me a call if there's anything I can do.
Sure. Riding out.
Kevin is disturbed.
So let me get this straight. All law enforcement in Denver's been subcontracted out to World Marshal?
Pretty much. It's part of Colorado's small government initiative. When you're tasked with slashing a state's budget, privatizing the police force starts to make sense. Detroit was kind of the pioneer there. Armstrong spearheaded the idea, of course, back when he was still in the state senate.
No surprise. But the police force isn't all cyborg, is it?
Nah, no way anyone could get funding for that. Most of them are unmodified. New recruits or veterans from the old Denver PD. They handle most of the basic police work, like street patrols and investigations. Most cyborgs are part of the SWAT unit. They're sent out to handle riots, violent crimes, stuff like that.
Makes sense.
They're given separate roles in the force, too. Some specialize entirely in combat, others handle things like hostage negotiations. Some of the combat specialists are ex-US Army, but a lot of them are from overseas, too. A lot of them undergo the cyborg operation just to get a green card.
That kind of thing must go over great with the anti-immigration movement.
You know it. A lot of folks wanted a blanket ban on hiring immigrants for the police force. They get a bad rep for those helmets, too. Can't see their faces. They're required to keep their face guards up if they're not actively on a mission, though. Thing is, we're starting to see a wave of violent cyborg crime across America, you know? The way the police see it, they need more cyborgs on the force to deal with that.
Hope they have enough cyborgs to deal with me.
This is all very, very relevant stuff.
So there's one more of the wins, right? Besides Sundowner and Mistral.
Yeah, Monsoon. That is,
You can skip the part about the name. I know monsoons are seasonal winds in Asia.
The word actually refers to seasonal winds anywhere, but yeah, it's usually used to describe the winds that bring Southeast Asia most of its rain.
Safe to assume he's Asian then, right?
Yep. His roots are with a Cambodian organized crime syndicate. Not ex-military for a change. He's fluent in Khmer, Chinese, and English. Rumored to have been involved in drug and human trafficking.
So what's he doing with a PMC?
Apparently, he converted to a cyborg body after being wounded in a gang shootout. I don't know the full story, though. Maybe he just decided PMC works better than the mob. The two worlds are closer than you might think. Boris has got a lot of ex-military buds that now work for the Russian mafia.
I guess either profession guarantees plenty of excitement, if that's your thing.
Monsoon's no ordinary street thug, though. That much is clear from his record. And he was a master with the Psy even before he became a cyborg.
You think he's in Denver?
Probably, given that Desperado and World Marshal are basically one and the same. Careful down there.
Dude fights with Psy.
You okay, buddy? Looks like Wolf's posted some guidance data to your Soliton radar. Try following those markers.
Courtney, how do you feel about this recent turn of events? Do you still love me?
I heard what happened, Raiden. I don't know if I can offer much help, but at least I'm still here to save your data, okay?
Thanks. If things get bad, go ahead and delete it.
If worse comes to worse, I'll do it. But we're on an encrypted line, so we should be okay. Did you want to save? By the way, what did Boris mean when he said those brains were for medical purposes?
Research?
They're not just spare parts. Legally, they have human rights. They just don't have bodies. They aren't covered under the Arms Trade Treaty. They can even be legally adopted.
Adopted? They're brains.
Not as the law sees it. These are street kids after all. Most of them have no ID or papers whatsoever. Local mobs gather these kids up, declare them for adoption, and then send them off to a U.S. medical facility for treatment.
So you're saying Desperado didn't actually buy those kids? Directly, at least?
They're not stupid. Just evil. The basic idea is that the Mafia has these orphaned kids, and Desperado pulled their brains, right? Now they need treatment, so the Mafia sends them to the medical facility to get them new bodies.
A World Marshal medical facility.
One that only exists on paper. Once the brains cross the border, next stop is World Marshal HQ. The plan is to put them into factory bodies and assemble the cyborgs here in Denver.
pretty convoluted process.
If there's a silver lining to all this, it's that the first brains only shipped a month ago. Doc confirmed that in the data he's collected. You can speed up the VR training process for AIs, but not with human beings. So it's likely none of the kids have completed training yet.
Thank God.
That training, though. Sorry. I should get back. We can talk later.
I'm surprised that they're going down the cyborg route. I generally thought they would put them into the UGs rather than the cyborgs.
Raiden? Once you get those brains back, what are we gonna do with them?
I still gotta discuss that with Doc. He's still got the brains from Mexico, but the human rights group wouldn't take them in. It didn't sound like it was going too smoothly.
Yeah, that's what he told me too. I can understand the NGO's position, but these kids, they're completely helpless in all this.
I know. We don't have nearly enough cyborg bodies for all of them. And if we want to give them child-sized bodies, they'd have to be almost entirely custom-made. For now, Doc's sending virtual environment data to their brains, just like their VR training. At least that should help cut down on their stress levels.
Yeah, but that only works up to a point, doesn't it? Doc said he can't simulate realistic human interaction with the tech we have right now. They must be lonely.
And they know lonely. None of them had families. That, or they were abandoned by them. For some of them, the real world might not be a whole lot different. You know what my childhood was like. I'd take life in an empty room by myself over that any day.
Raiden.
It's a work in progress, for sure. But Doc will work something out.
So, there's really no legal recourse to stop World Marshal here? We couldn't leak that video of Armstrong or something?
Boris, Kevin, and I talked this over already. Not gonna work. The media would never show it.
I guess not. That's why PMC started advertising so heavily all of a sudden, isn't it? So they could influence the media.
Yeah. PMCs don't have anything to sell to regular people, but that's not what those ads were for. It's a part of the aftermath of the Patriots' plan for manipulating the public. Restricting press access, allowing cross-ownership between media conglomerates. A media empire as iron-fisted as any other dictatorship.
So much for freedom of speech, huh?
Yeah. The Patriots are gone, but their effect still lingers. It's just too good a scheme for the government to get rid of.
Alright, so we can't go to the news. How about uploading it to some video site?
It'd get buried in the noise. People fabricate videos all the time to discredit other groups and companies. But when it's bullshit the public wants to believe, then it spreads like wildfire. If they don't care, it doesn't get noticed, even when it's the truth.
Yeah. I guess videos aren't permissible as evidence in court either. Could the kids testify for us?
The only thing they know for sure is that they were tricked into coming here. I doubt many have even heard the name World Marshal before. No one can prove anything. The money's all been laundered. The courts can't do a thing.
So you're doing it by force instead?
Yeah. I'm not trying to kill any employees, though. Working for a company like this one's a crime, whether you know it or not. But I'm only after two groups here. The guys in charge, and their contractors.
I hear you.
Beyond that, whatever it takes to unplug that VR program permanently. So how long can George use that medical body he's in right now?
Well, the body's full shelf life has yet to be proven, but with regular maintenance, I would imagine 10 years or more. However, this is also a child's model. It will need to be replaced as he grows mentally and emotionally. But things have come together pretty well overall.
Guess that's gonna be a problem, huh?
It will. Also, this is the only body of its type I could procure on such short notice. I'm afraid the other brains will have to make do with their VR environments for now.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel right that George gets the only body, though.
Well, it was you who implored I do something for him, no? I assumed prioritizing him was called for.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, Doc. It was a pretty stressful moment.
We will have many more brains to watch over before long, I fear. Something I don't entirely mind, I should note. The more research subjects I have, the better. Still, some sort of decision regarding their long-term care shall have to be made soon. It will be some time before we're able to monetize any of this research, after all. As much as I might like to, I can't run this lab on good intentions alone, you know.
Yeah. We need to come up with something, and soon, for all our sakes.
We should be able to mass-produce child bodies in very short order, at least. By the way, I have a helicopter crew on standby to bring the brains back here should the need arise. I, too, will be departing in a little while.
Much appreciated, Doc.
Consider it an angel investment. Who knows what sort of new business I may be soon pioneering here.
I'd have to hope that the bodies are reusable or recyclable, like you spend, I don't know, 10 years in a child's body, then have your brain removed and then upgrade to a slightly more adult body. And then another child can use the existing body. And hopefully there's no residual effects from that, like gaining other people's memories or whatever. Oh, I thought we were done with you three. I really did. It's glass, just let me through. Oh shit, raptors. No, geckos. Irvings! And dwarf geckos, that's a problem. It's only a problem because I can immobilize me and these dudes can hit me instead. Get out of here. Yeah, it's really asking me to actually use blade mode there, isn't it? Oh, come on! Jesus Christ. These dwarf geckos are the worst. They really are. Thought I had that parried. I see that data storage unit, but we'll worry about that later. Lost block. Didn't see that one coming. Just wanted to do a launch like that. Alright, so what is the move that we've got up here that can go down? Something thunder? Falling lightning. Left stick plus triangle while jumping. Ah, I see. Oh, I had that parried. 30%. Okay, that was the wrong button. Don't blame myself for getting that one wrong. Come on. That was a mess.
Ryden, you will find an elevator inside that office. Use it to reach the roof. Traveling atop buildings will minimize enemy encounters.
Sure it will. I just don't see an easy way of going through those encounters with the dwarf geckos. So I'm totally smashing the glass here, but I can't jump out. I suppose it's one way of grinding BP.
hiding spot. Wonder where he learned that from.
That was incredibly unexpected. It said MIB unlocked, 1 of 5 down the bottom. Man in black, man in box. Oh shit, he's got an RPG. Oh, come on. Meanwhile, the dude on the right is just casually gunning away at me. Get out of here. Alright, what can I do with these dudes' shields? Can I use that blast attack? No, I can just cut them up. Hey? Don't know. Lawn power. Just like that. Just trying to get into AR mode. Alright, let's go up the elevator, shall we? Up onto the roof. Where hopefully we can minimize some encounters.
Doc, what's your status?
I am reviewing the pre-flight checklist now. I have hired contractors to handle shipping the brain units. We should be airborne in just a few minutes.
You sure you can pilot that chopper by yourself?
Right, of course. Need I remind you that we live in the golden age of unmanned flight? Even manned helicopters possess a robust semi-automatic mode. It is simple, really. So simple that I can continue to monitor your status and world marshal security from the pilot seat. I must say, for the world's largest PMC, their security procedures are quite poor. Quite poor. Sadly, I did not have the necessary permissions to override their plans. Nevertheless, the data I did find should prove most useful. So please, do feel free to contact me whenever you like.
Appreciate it, Doc.
Well, it's not every day one has the chance to collect so many brains. Think of the data, the research. Oh, and of course, your personal safety was a concern as well.
Nice that you left that till last. That thing that flew past as we were going up the elevator. I don't remember what they were called, but they're giving me bad PTSD flashbacks to MGS4. Specifically Chapter 3. Where am I even going from here? I suspect I'm going over that crane because that looks like a jump too far. So many things to destroy.
Right, how's the mechs? No headaches or anything?
No. Why do you ask?
You're in a high altitude zone, remember?
Oh, right. The Mile High City. Didn't think I'd have to worry about altitude sickness yet, though. You're checking my stats, right? Oxygen density's only 10% off normal. Body's still in the green.
Yeah, I'm watching. Just remember, it's definitely gonna feel a little different from sea level.
Copy. You know, I didn't realize how big Denver's gotten. It was never exactly small, I know, but it looks like it's really blown up these past few years.
It's a good place to live. The tech sector's booming, people are moving in, and unemployment's low too.
I always figured Colorado's more about military than anything else.
Originally, yeah. Denver, like Colorado in general, is filled with federal agencies and defense contractors.
And NORAD and Peterson Air Force Base are just a short drive away, right? Over in Colorado Springs.
And then there's all the nuclear facilities, too.
Right. I remember hearing about the Rocky Flats plant.
Yeah, they manufactured the plutonium triggers that detonate nuclear bombs. It was shut down late last century for illegal pollution offenses. Of course, there's still a ton of military manufacturing activity going on in Colorado.
PMCs too, right?
Yep. PMCs like World Marshal. They've been on a buying frenzy, gobbling up a whole bunch of smaller outfits. That growth is what's enabled them to expand into the public sector. Their work in private policing has really boosted their profile.
I'm not necessarily against small government, but when you mix the public authority with private firms...
It never works out, yeah. This is probably obvious, but this police force is basically a full-on army. Don't go easy on them.
Don't intend to.
You're telling me not to go easy on them, but you were very disturbed earlier, Kevin. Make up your mind.
Quick question, Doc.
Yes, Raiden.
Doc, those kids, how are they feeling?
Hmm? Oh, after the chloroform, you mean? No need to be concerned. Thanks to your quick actions, the effects have already dissipated.
Oh, good to hear. Why the hell were they using chloroform? I thought they stopped using it as an anesthetic ages ago.
Correct. Sevoflurane or isoflurane are the preferred inhalation anesthetics today. However, chloroform is still quite useful as an organic solvent. In certain doses, mind you. Otherwise, as that cretin mentioned, it can be a bit dangerous.
It certainly turned out dangerous for him.
Yes. In any case, its properties make it useful for an assortment of applications. The chemical synthesis of medication, for example, or creating the coolant used in modern cryopreservers.
Fascinating.
Indeed. Well, Raiden, wonderful work. Had you waited any longer before breaking the glass, things might not have turned out as well as they did.
We didn't actually see him break the glass, did we? We saw him take down the scientist and George, and the glass must have come afterwards. What are those things? I'm gonna need to make a call once I'm in combat to see if I can identify these things. They're definitely from MGS4. Oh, hang on, we saw some of those in R-01, didn't we? Just before the Hammerheads, or maybe just after. I'd like to be able to get at least one kill before things go wrong. You've got a left arm that I need. Alright, let me see if I can stealth kill this guy. And then we'll see where it goes from there. Damn you. That's on me, I should have been mashing circle. No, don't do that. Why would you do that, Raiden? Christ. No, not yet. Okay, this guy I can cut. Come here, you. There we go. It's the fly that's got the arm that I need. Right, how do we take care of you? Please don't fall off. I mean, I suppose we could go back down there and take the elevator down and try and separate the arm from its corpse, but I don't think it's worth the effort, honestly. Curse you. I see helicopters ahead, but I'm not sure if they are hammerheads or not. It's BP, I might as well. Plus, I do note that I'm at around 80,000, so I'll spend that shortly. Oh, what is that? It's not a mastiff. Also, don't recognize this vocal track. Borrow a stock tool. Is this something new?
Now that is a weapon, eh? The great warhammers of medieval Europe were invented for breaking down heavy suits of armor. They were used by Russian cavalrymen for a long time too. I would bet this hammer is intended for cyborg armor, yes?
But can I parry it?
Probably. It's too big to swing without advance warning, though. Ought to be easy to parry.
Duh. Let us hope you are right.
That statement doesn't fill me with much optimism.
Ah, a cyborg equipped with a slider.
Ah, sliders. Yes, that's what they're called.
Yes, but they must also be limited by aerodynamic force. Use rockets or guided missiles, or just jump up and cut them down. Either will work fine.
Yeah, I've been using the launch to get to those. The triangle, pause, triangle to get up there. He's saying a jump will work. I doubt that very much, but whatever. Yes, sliders. That's what they were called. Those were in MGS4 in Act 3. I couldn't remember what they were called.
So, we are starting to see cyborgs equipped with heavy weapons, yeah? Assuming that armor is not just for show, I very much doubt you can dismember them with a single swipe. You will need to damage them first, Raiden. Wear down their defenses.
As always.
Looks like Desperado brought some sliders.
It does indeed. As you know, sliders are more than a simple unmanned combat aerial vehicle. They are especially effective when used in tandem with cyborgs.
So I hear. Just strap it to your back and you've got yourself a jetpack.
In terms of specs, it is equipped with 2 small engines, turbojets modified from anti-ship missiles. These are capable of putting out 3 kilonewtons of propelling force. Its high aspect ratio wings are built with artificial muscles. Their bending functionality enables both helicopter caliber hovering and a lengthy flight duration when fully deployed.
But what about offense? They can't pack much heat.
Not alone, no. The sliders were built from the ground up in a network-centric system. As a result, each individual craft has limited combat ability. Toughness was sacrificed for its compact size, which limits its ability to move at high speeds or perform high-G maneuvers. Flight range and time are strictly limited. Not being a fixed-shape craft, it has little stealth functionality. As for weaponry, it is restrained to one of 2 options: semi-active laser-guided rockets, or a combination of 30-kilogram class unguided bombs and 5.56mm mounted gun pods.
But I thought it played a major role in SOP, in regional conflicts and asymmetrical warfare.
It did. When all connected in a networked mesh, they enjoy extraordinary situational awareness. Such a group can search a wide range without missing a single millimeter. Not to mention, saturate a hot spot with gunfire from multiple angles.
Snake had trouble with them in Eastern Europe.
Tell me about it.
But their most attractive feature? How inexpensive they are to manufacture. Unthinkably so, in fact, back in the age of manned fighter jets. It's no surprise PMCs use them so often.
Yeah? Well, they're gonna have to spend a lot more than that to stop me.
That ordnance sounds powerful, but apparently they're weak, both attacking and armor-wise.
With your legs, you can probably reach a slider even when it's up in the air. They have nearly no armor at all. Get close enough, and chopping them down should be simple.
Oh. Okay, got multiple swings though. Thought I dodged that. Alright, fine, we'll go after one of these sliders first. Damn it. This is going horribly. Yeah, the camera's really not cooperating with me here. As well. Jesus Christ. Didn't even see that one. Yeah, I'm trying to use the dodge move and it's not really working out for me. If I dodged that second one, or parried it rather. Yeah, I gotta dodge that. He's missing at least one part and I can hack off his arm, but he's still not down. Okay, now he's down. Yeah, the frame rate really feels like it's suffering at the moment. I want the execution thing to show up. That was a mess. And yet that was still an A rank, so maybe they do just take a very long time to go down. Is there anything below me? So I moved straight up here, I didn't look over to the left. Oh, there totally will be. Oh shit. Alright, it's not showing up in red, so I assume it is not hostile.
Here comes another attack.
At least these are normal cyborgs by the looks of it. I'd like to go on for the dude on the right, but it's not enough time. Not enough space to work with. Shit. Yeah, look at this. They're raising themselves up in the air, and I doubt that I can jump up and reach them. Not unless I hit them once, and then Raiden sort of follows them up in the air, if that makes any sense. Just getting attacked by rockets here. Get over here. Oh, come on. I can do an aerial parry, can't I? We done? I think we're done. It's either that or I shoot them down with my rockets or something.
Very good.
There's nothing very good about what's going on here. I'm trying to hit that thing and it's just not letting me. And now my fuel cells are empty. Jesus. That's where this came from. Alright, we have someone with a flashy arm. Hell. Did that thing see me? No idea. I'd like to try executing one of them, see if I can do a Zandatsu, but I'm not sure if it'll work or not. I'm off to such a terrible start today.
But you're supposed to be cops. What do they do? Some things World Marshal does not appreciate. You're on the company.
Oh shit.
We're here to check you off. Oh, I see. And on the report, I got caught in the crossfire. Just a random casualty.
Alright, I mean it worked last time, so...
Is that it? Yeah, pretty much. All just part of it.
Let's see if it works again. Yeah, I think he is actually still alive, believe it or not. Oh, that slider is fucking me up. Right, come here, you. I wonder if that was to do with the arm. It was. Oh. It's another one I need to get in my spare time. Yeah, I'm having trouble seeing the blade tonight. Man, these rocket launchers and grenades really aren't all they cracked up to be.
Thank you. Oh God, thank you. Don't let those fuckers get away with this, okay? Thank you so much.
Yeah, run towards my objective. That seems safe. Why don't you run from where I came from? That's likely much safer.
Yes, Raiden. Хорошо. That's one less death today. Now, on with the mission.
I think they're just going to go through there. Yep, you rescued a hostage dialogue.
Ooh, nice work, buddy. In the nick of time, huh?
Raiden, did you...
Yeah. Good thing I got here when I did.
I'm, impressed, Raiden.
Thanks. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Huh? Oh, right. The mission.
We're the ones calling her. Wolf, do you have anything to say to me about this hostage that I rescued?
I am setting goal. Use. I will.
No dialogue from anyone, just the normal rescue the hostage dialogue.
You cannot proceed any further via the rooftops. There is a freight railroad underground. The elevator ahead will take you to it.
From the rooftops to underground. I don't know if I can actually fall off here. Prefer not to test it because I'm doing badly enough today already. Alright, I guess we know how we're going down.